All right, guys, so we have our deal. Let's go find the actual buyer. First, I want you to understand that finding a buyer, a cash buyer, is more of an art, right? And what I mean by that is there's no certification that a buyer has to get to be a cash buyer. It is on you to decipher if somebody is a legit cash buyer or not. Right? And this is what I'm going to teach you here in this lesson is how do we actually decipher who is a cash buyer and who is not a cash buyer. So first, let me say, I love to say this, right? He or she, for all my ladies out there, who has the deal has the power. You'll see that a lot of these buyers, they kind of walk around as if they're above wholesalers, right? And they don't need wholesalers or whatever it may be. And they kind of treat you like that at first until you've established yourself. Most of those buyers only get leads and deals from wholesalers. The wholesalers is their only lead source. So understand whoever has that contract, that equitable title in that contract has the power. And that is you, not your buyer. So I want you to understand that, guys. And this is another reason why I always suggest when people ask me, how do you find cash buyers? You got to have a great deal first. A great deal brings in the cash buyers. Not you going out and asking 100 people on Facebook what's their buyers list. You know, that doesn't bring value to anybody. If I go to that Facebook group and we'll talk about this in the next chapter, and I present a great deal in one of those groups, and I show that I know what I'm talking about, I show the description, and I filled in a bunch of buyers now, you know, I have the power. And that's how you bring in cash buyers. It's from a great deal. So let's keep rolling. The goal of this whole thing, right, is to find a legit buyer, a legit cash buyer, and avoid all daisy chainers. What is a daisy chainer? A daisy chainer is another wholesaler or individual who all they want to do is lock up your deal. They'll present themselves as a cash buyer. They'll say, "Hey, yeah, I'm a cash buyer. I want this deal. I want to get it under contract." They want to get it under contract so they can then go push it out to their buyers list and hopefully find a buyer themselves. If they don't find a buyer, then they terminate your contract, the assignment that you have with them, and they'll leave you high and dry, right? That's what a daisy chainer is. We don't want that person, the middleman or whatever you want to call it. Right? We don't want that person. We want the cash buyer, the person who has the funds to close on this deal and who is legit. Okay, where do we find these cash buyers? 99% of them are in the Facebook groups, right? If you go, we've been using Charlotte the whole time. I'll type in Charlotte real estate investors in the group section. There'll be 5 different groups that pop up. Each of them have thousands of people in it. There's buyers everywhere in those groups. And that's the whole next chapter is on this. So I just want to touch on it now, right? But in those groups, there's also a bunch of daisy chainers. So I'll show you how to avoid that. But most of your buyers are just in these Facebook groups. They are not hiding from you, right? They want to find you just as bad as you want to find them. How do you find them? A great deal, right? So, all right. So we always want to vet the buyers. We don't want to just take anybody's word for it, right? We just talked about avoiding daisy chainers. So when somebody says, "Hey, I want your deal," they raise their hand, they call you, they text you, "Hey, I want that deal." The first thing, the next step is to get them on the phone. I got to vet this person, right? And here's just a few questions that I ask or you can ask. And this is the first time that you're talking to them. Just the first time if you haven't done a deal with them before. Have you done many deals in this market? How fast can you close? What type of financing do you use? What closing attorney do you use? You don't have to know the closing attorney. You don't really, have to know all the answers to these questions or whatever it may be. You just want to hear their response. Do they respond like they know what they're talking about? Or are they fumbling over their words trying to find, what's a closing attorney in the area? Are they fumbling or are they speaking to you confidently as if they know what they're talking about? right? For the what type of financing do you use? What do we want to hear? We want to hear cash. I close cash. Or hard money is fine. Hard money is a type of financing that is for flippers, investors, and it's fast money. It's not traditional. Private money, same way. So those three things are kind of what you want to hear. Cash, hard money, private money. What we don't want to hear is traditional financing. A bank. I don't want to hear that. Why? It takes long to actually get the approval. You got to go through approval process. You got to get appraisals. You got to get all these things that could mess this deal up. That's not the traditional route. We're not going the traditional route. We're going the investor route, right? I need cash. I need hard money. I need private money. So that's just a few things to know when you're asking these questions. And lastly, guys, if it's your first deal with them, always require a non-refundable deposit and signed assignment before moving forward. Let me tell you why. When you walk the property, you negotiate it, you get the property under contract. Now you're on dispo. You don't have 10 more times to walk that property. What's going to happen is you're going to send out that deal to your buyers list or go find a buyer on Facebook. You may have 10 people reach out to you and say, hey, can I go see the property? No, I can't do that 10 times. This is not a showing. This is not traditional going and listen on the MLS, right? I got 1 or 2 times to show this property to get a buyer, right? So what do I have to do? I now have to weed out all the non-serious buyers and get 1 or 2 legit people who then I can let walk the property. How do we know if they're legit? If they sign that assignment and give you a non-refundable deposit, mine is typically $500. If they give you $500, non-refundable, and a signed assignment up front, they are legit, right? Or a better chance of being legit. So I always require that before scheduling them an appointment, before anybody sees the property. I just let them know. I sent out the description. When they respond, I'm interested, say, okay, great. I do require a $500 non-refundable deposit and sign assignment. And you'll see who's legit and who's not. And that's pretty much it for that part, guys. How to vet and find an actual buyer themselves. The whole goal right here is just to get through the first buyer. Once that buyer has performed once, now we can just build a relationship with them. We don't have to do this again as far as vetting, as far as requiring non-refundable deposit. If you performed on 2 deals with me, we're going straight to it. You say you want this deal, great. It's yours as long as you sign that assignment. I don't require any non-refundable deposit, any of that, because now we have a relationship. But all this stuff that you're seeing on the screen right now is that initial vetting process. So in the next chapter, we're just going to talk about, okay, on Facebook, how do we do it? How do we put out the post? How do we find the buyer, guys? I'll see you there.